I talk, you listen. Welcome to my one-man panel of madness. Hi everyone, it's Dr. Geohu, and as we're getting closer to March, one of the things that we're all looking forward to is the new Zack Snyder Justice League premiere, I guess, March 18th. But I just come across an article which really bothers me because you tend to think, well, why in hell would someone release a movie if they thought something negative of it? Well, the headline of this article reads, Warner Brothers executives thought Joss Whedon's Justice League was goofy and awful. Now, if I was the head of a studio and an executive of any type, and I felt that this project was not up to par, that it just did not have the energy or power that I thought it would have, well, why would I release it? Now, you might think, investors and money and a lot of stuff, people put a lot of effort and they can't just shut things down. Well, actually, let me tell you, they have shut things down in the past. If a movie was not exactly what they wanted, they would not release it. But apparently they wanted this Justice League version, the Joss Whedon version, to get out there. I would have waited. Now, I know that it was a tragic event, what happened to the Snyder family, so it's understandable they couldn't just drop the movie and let it go. But it just bothers me that if the studio already knew that this movie was going to be goofy and awful, what were you waiting for? For Rotten Tomatoes to say you're not rotten, to give you, the fresh stamp, because it wasn't going to happen. So that just bothered me. But there's so many other things that are happening besides that. King Kong, of course, and Godzilla are going to meet at the end of March, which is great. So that's also making me very happy that I kept my HBO Max subscription. But there are so many other things going on in the entertainment industry. Most of it, which I understand, some of it I don't. Which is one of the reasons I decided to take things into my own hands and do my own show and do my own segments, because of what's happening out there. There's a lot of rehashing and rebooting. Every time I hear the word reboot, it's just annoying. There's a lot of reboots that are coming our way, which aren't necessary. But on the happy Star Trek front, we know that Star Trek has a lot of stuff coming up this fall. So 2021 is going to end on a good note, hopefully, with Discovery coming back with Season 4. We have Prodigy, and of course the release of information that we're going to have a lot more Star Trek every quarter. Now, hopefully it won't be too much so that we get a little worn out of Star Trek. But hey, there can never be too much Star Trek. And also, Lower Decks is coming back in 2021. And, my fan favorite, Doctor Who, which we're still waiting. There's a lot of rumors still out there. Supposedly, there was one rumor that Jodie Whittaker is now going to be the star of Death in Paradise, which again would be a new for the show because every main character has been a male. So we'll see about that. I think that's just another joke. But the news has died down. There hasn't been as much coming out with regards to Jodie Whittaker, Doctor Who, and what's going to happen. They're still laying bets that there will be some kind of secret regeneration that's going to be thrown in at the last minute or something like that. I still believe that there will be a regeneration and that it will be a female actress of African descent. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm not 100% sure, but if I were to use my psychic inclination, there is a feeling of change. Of change coming this fall. But anyways, that's kind of all I have right now. Actually, I have a lot more stuff to share, but I just don't have enough tabs on my Google right now to go through everything. Well, actually, one thing that I do like to mention, and I'm very excited for, was that the Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy is actually still happening. And I talked about that a few segments back, and we weren't sure if it's true, but there was a report from MovieWeb.com that he sat down in an interview and did mention, the person that interviewed Rian Johnson said that there is hope for it, that it is happening, and that's all they could say. So, I'm still hoping that we get some kind of Knights of the Old Republic, because I just want to see Star Wars 1,000 years before And I know some people are going to say, but we are seeing it in books and comic books, and they have those little cartoon animations with these new characters, and that's great. But I just want to see a lot of what the game brought us if you played the those games back in the day. So we'll see about that. Let's see. Is there anything else that I can remember that I really wanted to share? And probably not, because it's in my notes. Except for the fact that also Picard is underway. And they just started filming season 2. There was some delays. Remember, Jerry Ryan posted on her Twitter a few weeks back that there was some delays, but I think everything's back up and running. So I can't wait for that. The only thing that I was hoping we'd get to see more sooner than later is the Section 31 spinoff with Georgiou. And supposedly that's in one of the sort of future and still in development. But of course, Star Trek New Worlds, I forgot, is that the title? I think that's the title, has also started production. So that one is the one I'm really looking forward to. We've already seen Discovery, we've seen Picard, we know their flavor, we know how they work. But I want to see, number one, Spock and Pike in action. And from our understanding of everything that's been coming through, is that it's going to go back to the original sort of format of the classic series. You land on a new planet, there's a villain, something happens, case is solved, on to the next episode. So I think that's going to be a lot more exciting to see. But it's just to see the Enterprise again and to see parts of the Enterprise that we haven't seen yet. I mean, we've seen the bridge, which was gorgeous. But there's other parts of the Enterprise that we have not seen modernized, which I think are going to look pretty cool. And who knows what else comes down the line. I mean, we've already had Harry Mudd. There could be other characters that might make appearances. Even maybe mentions of a new up-and-coming Lieutenant Kirk. Who knows? Things can happen. Same with Picard. I'm hoping that they bring back some more. We know Whoopi Goldberg, I think, is going to be in it, but it'd be nice if they had Geordi, maybe Worf, or other characters that we might not have seen. Even, although she's not one of my favorite characters, but Dr. Crusher would be okay to come back. And who knows? Maybe even Wesley. But all right, that's all I have for this week's segment, and I know it's been weeks since I've actually done any segment, but hey, a lot of things have happened. My birthday, of course, 43 now, plus other things in my life that I'm just trying to take care of, and that's important because if COVID has taught us anything, is to stop, slow down, and get your life in order. So, until next time.